In this video, we will solve a problem that was asked by a brother on WhatsApp. The question is like this. Nitin is a stamp collector and consumes only stamps and cheese. Okay, we have a consumer whose name is Nitin. He is consuming two goods, that is stamp and cheese. His utility function is being defined as utility that he gets from stamps and cheese is equal to S plus log of C. S is the units of stamp and C is the units of cheese. If Nitin is at a point where he is consuming both goods, then the amount that he is spending on cheese depends on. Now we are being told that this consumer is at a point where he is consuming both the goods, that is the stamps and cheese. Okay. Now then the amount that he is spending on cheese. Okay. Amount he is spending on cheese. Okay, depends on the options are being given us. Only price of the stamps. Second option is only on the price of cheese. Third option is only on his income, and D option is on all of the above. Okay, we need to find out uh, uh, you know spending on cheese depends upon which of these four options. Okay, so what we are being given, simple, we are being given the utility function that is u, which is a function of stamps and cheese, is equal to s plus log c. Okay, this is our utility function. Now we need to construct the budget constraint for the consumer also. Okay, so what will be the budget constraint? Simple, price of stamps. So p subscript s denotes the price of stamps into units of stamps plus price of cheese times units of cheese should be equal to m, that is the total income of the consumer. Okay, so this is our utility function, this is our budget constraint. That means price of cheese times units of cheese, sorry, price of stamps times units of stamps plus price of cheese plus units of cheese should be equal to total income. Okay, so our consumer is spending on both the goods. Okay, now to see whether his spending on cheese depends on which of these given options, we need to calculate the demand function for cheese and stamps. Okay, how can we calculate this? Now using the old first order condition. So our first order condition for equilibrium is, first order condition for equilibrium requires that marginal rate of substitution, okay, between stamps and cheese should be equal to the price of stamps upon price of cheese. Okay, simple thing. And what exactly does this mean? So if I draw the graph here, so let us say we have stamps on this axis, cheese on this axis. Okay, and this is our budget line. Like let us say this is our budget line, and let us say the indifference curve is, okay, why I will use this red color. Okay, let us say this is our indifference curve. Okay, so optimality requires that slope of the budget line, which is actually ps upon pc. Okay, slope, that means marginal rate of substitution between stamps and cheese should be equal to ratio of the prices, that is price of stamp upon price of cheese. Okay, at a point of optimality, our slope of the budget constraint or budget line should be equal to the slope of indifference curve. Slope of indifference curve is being given by marginal rate of substitution, and slope of budget line is being given by the ratio of the prices. Okay, now marginal rate of substitution between stamps and cheese means marginal utility of stamps upon marginal utility of cheese. Okay, so mrs is equal to this, should be equal to price of stamps upon price of cheese. Okay, simple thing. What is marginal utility of a stamp? That means we need to take the partial derivative of our utility function with respect to stamp. Okay, so mus means taking partial derivative of utility function uh, with respect to s. And what is marginal utility of cheese? Means partial derivative of utility function with respect to c. Okay, should be equal to price of stamps upon price of cheese. Okay, having said that, what is du upon ds? Now what is du upon ds? Means taking partial derivative of this utility function with respect to s. Okay, so derivative of s is 1. Okay, and derivative of log of c will be obviously equal to 0 because we are taking the derivative with respect to s, since no s is involved in second term. So we get du upon ds is equal to 1 divided by du upon dc, taking partial derivative of this utility function with respect to cheese this time. Okay, so no c is involved in this in the first term, so its derivative is 0. Now what is the derivative of log of c? It is simply 1 upon c, should be equal to price of stamp, that is ps upon pc. Okay, if we solve this, will come out to be, so 1 upon 1 into reciprocating this c upon 1. So we will get c is equal to price of stamp upon price of cheese. Okay, now what we need to do, we just need to plug the value of c in our budget constraint which is being given us here. So we have price of s times units of s plus price of c times units of c, so which we got it here is p of s upon pc. Okay, should be equal to the income. Now here we can cancel these two, and we are left with ps here, ps here. If I take ps common, I will be left with s plus 1 is equal to m, which gives us s plus 1 is equal to m. Transposing this, it will get divided, so we have ps, which gives us s is equal to m upon ps minus, if it is plus 1, transposing to RHS, it will become minus 1. Now let me write it here. That means s is equal to, now m minus ps cross multiplying, okay, divided by ps. Okay, so this is the demand function for ps. Now total or expenditure, let me write it here, or simply amount spent on s is for stamps, or total expenditure on stamps will be equal to price of stamps into units of stamps. Simple thing. So amount spent on stamps will be equal to price of stamps into units of stamps. Okay, so price of stamps and units of stamps is being given us is, which we got here, m minus ps upon ps. Okay, so ps gets cancelled, so s is equal to m minus ps. Okay, but we are looking for the amount spent on cheese. Okay, so amount spent on cheese will be equal to price of cheese simple thing, times units of cheese. Okay, so P of C times what is the units of cheese, that is uh, P of S upon PC. Okay, this PC and PC gets cancelled, we get only PS. Okay, actually the question would have ended here, but I have just lengthened it to show you how to find out the amount spent on the stamps and amount spent on cheese. Okay, so amount spent on cheese is equal to price of stamps, and you can safely say that spending on cheese depends upon the only price of the stamps. Yes, this will be the correct, because we got amount spent on cheese is equal to price of stamps. That means amount spending on cheese depends only on the price of the stamps. Okay, I hope I make myself clear in this video. Thank you. For more videos on mathematical economics, please subscribe this channel, like, comment and share also. Thank you.